Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over gold making methods ranked. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we are going to be going over different types of gold making methods that you can do, and I'm going to rank them out of my own personal experience when it comes to gold making and or gold farming, and which ones I would actually recommend when I rank them between reliability and or gold potential for that. And yeah, some of them will seemingly be a little bit better and some of them will seem to be a little bit worse than you probably will think. And this is based upon my own opinions, so think about it. So just use this as a point of reference. So if you're just a beginner, just take it as a piece of information that you could do, but you don't have to agree with me on this. But at the end of the day, I'm just giving my own little opinion on all of these different types of markets. So that being the case, let's go into number one, the battle pet market. Now battle pets, I find the reliability is about 1 out of 5, and yes, I'm going to be doing the ranking system out of 5, so like 5 stars or 1 star. For reliability, I find this to be a 1 out of 5. This is because battle pets don't really sell all that fast in the grand scheme of things, and yeah, you will need to have like an insane stockpile to pull in some real regular gold overall when it comes to gold making, and it's very unreliable when it comes to if you want regular and or steady gold when it comes to making gold in general with battle pets and all that stuff. But when it comes to gold potential, I even rank it at about 2 out of 5 because it's not that reliable, and the gold potential for it can be quite high, don't get me wrong. Like some battle pets can sell for considerable amounts of gold, but it's the unreliability of getting that gold in on a regular basis. And as gold makers and all gold farmers, you're going to be wanting to get to the point of regular gold. So if you don't have the time to waste when it comes to the battle pet market, I wouldn't bother with battle pets overall, hence why I've put it at number 1. Coming in at number 2, we have raw gold. And when it comes to raw gold farming, I put the reliability on it is a 5 out of 5. My reasoning behind this is because when you find out about a raw gold farm, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be getting somewhere between that benchmark, give or take a few hundred gold, and you know that you're going to get that directly in your bag. There's no two ways about it. It's not going to fluctuate on the auction house or anything like that. If you see a farm will be roughly around about 4,000 gold, and you make 3,800, that's pretty reliable, to be honest, because you know you're going to get somewhere around that benchmark, and you don't have to play with the auction house with it, so the prices of the items can't get oversaturated. Multiple people can farm these things because a lot of them are raids and dungeons, and yeah, overall you know that you're going to get that gold in your bags, and that springs to me is an insanely good reliability when it comes to producing vast amounts of gold throughout this. So that's why I put the reliability out of a 5 out of 5, and for gold potential I put it at around about 3 out of 5. That is because the gold per hour for most raw gold farms aren't actually that good. I know a few of them, such as like Blackrock Foundry, that is a good gold for your time invested, but that is on a raid, which means that's on a weekly lockout, so you can only do that once per character. So unless you've got like a massive old army, you're not going to make that much gold with it. The things of note that you can do like seamlessly is like things like Freehold, which is roughly around about 5,000 gold per hour, and Skyreach, which is roughly around about 4,000 gold per hour. They are pretty reliable, but the gold per hour for them, for the time invested, is pretty low in the grand scheme of things. Hence why I've actually put the gold potential at 3 out of 5. Now coming in at number 3, we have the gathering professions. Now gathering professions, I would actually put the reliability out of it is around about 4 out of 5. And this is because you know roughly what you're going to get per hour in the terms of items. So you can basically average this out after you've done it a few times. You can usually estimate how many you're going to get per hour for those items. so then you can kind of get like an idea on how much it's going to actually go about. So when it comes towards reliability, I know that I'm going to actually sell it rather fast because they are materials. And then again, when it comes to the majority of things that are sold in the auction house, materials are one of the fastest selling things out there, so that's why I'd put them quite highly on that list. When it comes to gold potential, however, I would still put that out of 4 out of 5, as because the gold per hour doesn't really fluctuate all that much depending on how many people are actually farming that on that server. That's why it has lost a point right there. Overall, I find gathering professions to be pretty reliable and a good gold for your time invested, and is a great starting point if you are a beginner at gold making and/or / gold farming in general. Hence why I've put it at number 3. Now coming in at number 4 is the mounts market. Now this one is something that has a the barrier to entry for it can be quite high depending on the mount that you're actually trying to farm up or trying to craft or something to that effect. So like things like the Garn Night Howl is a very easy mount to get a hold of, but the gold potential for that's pretty low. But in overall, if it comes to like crafted mounts, you're definitely going to make a sizable amount of gold with that. So that's why I've put the reliability at for this is the sell rates for these mounts are pretty high. So that's why I've put the reliability at around about 4 out of 5. And when it comes to gold potential, it's usually pretty damn high overall in the grand scheme of things. Hence why I have actually put it at a 4 out of 5 for that one as well, because the return on your investment, even if you farm to craft or just straight up craft, is usually pretty high in the grand scheme of mount selling and the speed in which you're able to sell those mounts on for that profit, and then you can use that to reinvest into different types of things such as the mounts market again. Coming in at number 5, we have the Transmog Market. Now for reliability, I would actually put this at a 3 out of 5. Now this is because the barrier to entry to actually gain regular sales for Transmog is kind of high. You're going to need to have thousands of items of Transmog before you're going to ever get any regular sales for that. The other thing for that is it really does depend on your server. If you're on a higher pop server, you're going to be able to sell more items as well. So you've got that as well. So you've got to have a vast amount of these items, and you've got to be on a higher pop server in order to pull some regular gold from this, because more people looking for Transmog will buy them, and that will give you your regular gold. Of course, that just makes sense. When it comes to gold potential, I would say it's roughly around about 4 out of 5. That is because the gold for Transmog does fluctuate somewhat and is not super insane, but has the potential to make stupid amounts of gold if you are willing to put in the time to build up your market. So you can only increase your reliability for this the more items you have. Hence why I've put it at a 3 out of 5 and a 4 out of 5 for that. Now coming in for our last market to go over, and that is professions. When it comes to reliability for crafted professions such as crafting different types of BOE gear, Transmog items, all that stuff in general, the reliability of actually being able to get a return on these is roughly around about 4 out of 5. I find this to be a great way in order to be able to get some regular sales in pretty straight up. The only barrier to entry that doesn't make it a 5 out of 5 for me is the gold investment you're going to have to put up front. So maybe start off with some raw gold farming till you've got a sizable chunk to put into your crafted professions, and then you'll start to see some good returns. Following on to this, I would highly recommend that the gold potential for this is roughly around about 5 out of 5. And here's my idea on this. Now, once you are able to actually start up your thing, you're obviously going to have to invest quite a considerable amount of gold into your crafted professions. But once you've done it enough times and restocked, you'll start to see regular gold coming in. You'll get your original investment back in, and then you've just got a machine that just churns out gold overall, and you're just going to keep making gold. Hence why the gold potential for this, I put it at quite high, and overall I find it to be one of the best markets to get into. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for my gold markets ranked. What do you think? What do you think is one of the best markets out there? Please put them in the comment section down below. And other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.